Okay, so um, I'm not going to do a traditional recap because most of the recap actually doesn't apply to what we're going to do today. But just to get everyone caught up on board, for those of you that happen to be watching this at home, you might notice that
Both of you.
both of you, yes. Well, the no viewers right now, but we've only been streaming for 28 seconds. But
Goodness.
in the thank you, Aaron. Um,
Wall
in
Russie.
Well, Russie, god damn it. In the last session, you guys all came back together at the Black Cabin. It was there that you met Quan, the Monolith Akhenathi, a fellow Goliath. You also learned a little bit about the. You guys learned a little bit about the guard, Bowden Wiley, who was. He explained that him and the others up at Revels were out looking for an escapee. He got separated from his group, got lost in a few blizzards, very delirious and dazed for a couple days until eventually he found your group. You offered to help him get back to Lonelywood where he could rest up and get back to Revel's End eventually, and you also agreed to help Quan. He asked the group, and then he made a note to ask Smith, being that they are from rival tribes, that Quan wanted to bring together the two Goliath tribes of the Spine of the World, and was seeking out a legendary Goliath. Was seeking out a legendary Goliath werebear, and but then he came across your group. He asked Smith if he would be willing to help, and Smith agreed, and the group was heading back down to Lonelywood. Now, when we ran that session, you guys went to Lonelywood with really no issues whatsoever. There was no combat, no nothing like that, and because that's how the dice were literally rolled. But that's not at all what happened. So what actually happened is what is going to occur in this session today.
Are you trying to rewrite history?
I'm not trying to rewrite history, but things will be slightly changed
Jenkins?
when you guys arrive in Lonelywood. Potentially. Like I said, this is the way that I was aiming to run this one. So, as you can see on the map here, you were
I see
about.
nothing.
You don't see anything on the map?
I see Icewind Dale.
Oh, that's black and white.
Hold on.
Is it supposed to be colored?
I mean, it's like the trees are supposed to be green, but everything else is white.
A little bit of blue in the water.
Yeah, no, mine's black. Mine's black and white.
Oh, that's not good.
That's weird.
The dye is blue, but everything. The map is black.
Like the water doesn't have like a slight tinge of blue.
I'm refreshing now, but everything was black.
Okay.
And then it was every town was in black with white outline.
I mean, that is how they are. I mean, the map does look very black and white. Like, it is a snowy tundra after all, but like the Lonelywood Forest has a green hue to it.
And the road is kind of red dots.
Yeah, oh yeah, the road is definitely red dots.
I think my road was white dots.
Huh. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, things
Right?
should change because I'll actually have another map here in a minute. So, you guys got about halfway back to Lonelywood. It's the middle of the day. At this point, the sun is out. The sun is out. As you all know, the spell of the Frostmaiden does make it so that even at the sun's highest point, it is still dim light out, with just the kind of the memory of the sun kind of painted in the sky. But you're about halfway there, and you guys decided to take a rest. Once you reached where the stream was, you found a small little pond that you were able to refill your canisters, gather yourselves, take a rest. Quan, who was actually carrying Bodin over his shoulder, was seeking to rest his arms a bit. So you guys decided to camp out here for a little
Hey,
bit.
real quick.
Yo.
Jared's in the chat, so I just want to tell him Happy Father's Day.
Oh, hey, buddy. Everyone in chat, wish Jared a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jared.
Which is just me, I think.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And happy Father's Day to Justin.
Yeah. Happy Zero Father's Day, I guess.
Yeah, not yet.
I got about a week.
Yep. Oh shoot, I could probably have my
He ain't a father quite yet.
Twitch overlay.
I mean,
right?
I've done the biological part.
That's true, he has.
But I've not. I would argue that I have not fathered a child yet. I feel like that's more raising the child.
Yeah.
I had 3 seconds of fun.
Oh, what a phrase.
Walking with you, pervert.
What a phrase.
That was to Jared.
Yep. I see him in there. All right. So, yeah, like I said, you guys got to this point. You were going to take a rest. The stream, pulls out to the side a little bit, creating an area where you can refill your water skins and whatnot. So you decide to do so. Although, unfortunately, while you are here, Gerard, in fact, is the one trying to refill his water skin, and he ends up falling into the water. With the temperatures as severe as they are, the thermal shock almost hits him immediately, even though I believe he has, mainly because he does not have any resistance to cold damage. Unlike Ravenchuck, who has his Frostmaiden's ring, Wu having his ring of warmth, Smith being a Goliath and conditioned to these temperatures, and Groff now with his cloak of the Cold Light Walker. None of you are really all feeling truly the effects of the cold, but when Gerard falls face first into this water, the thermal shock almost stuns him, and Neogiri is able to pull him out, but you can see that within seconds, his body is shaking and convulsing. Ravenchuck looks at the group and says that you need to set a fire. You need to get a campfire going as quickly as possible. That he does not have a lot of time. That Ravenchuck throws a blanket around him, gets some warm stuff on, and then he explains that he needs to get his clothing warmed up as quickly as possible. Otherwise, he could have onset exhaustion. Quan looks at all of you, and as he's kind of assessing the situation, he says, he looks off more towards the west, towards the southwest, and says, there is a forest behind us. If the three of you would run and if the three of you would go and get some wood, I can protect everyone here, and we can get a fire going to warm your friend.
Ew.
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Looking for a spell to make fire, but I don't have one.
Technically, Ravenchuck does. He has Firebolt. But it's more
There we
about
go.
having it's more about having the like a thing to keep the fire going. Need some wood.
Yeah, I got the map.
Hey, nice. Just as I'm about to switch it over in a second.
Oh, I have a tinderbox. There we go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay.
Common clothes. Burn those. We don't need wood.
All right. So you three start to make your way out into the woods. You notice that a lot of the trees that are closer here to this stream, there's almost an ice that has built up on them. You imagine that actually chopping any of these trees down would be quite difficult, considering you would have to break through the ice on them. So you get the sense that heading further into the forest a little ways would be your best bet. And I'm gonna say that Quan offers up two of his wood chopping axes to the three of you. Unfortunately, he only has two. So whoever wants
None of
to,
them are attached to his arm.
no, he just has two hand axes. So if whoever wants to take those, if I'm not mistaken, I actually believe Smith, don't you have two hand axes?
Oh, probably. Let me see here. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So he'll hand one to Groff and he'll hand one to Wu. All right. So the three of you start heading out into the forest. Go ahead and everyone roll me a survival check to see about how long it takes to find. Wow.
Not long.
Not Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So, it doesn't take you guys long.
It's a forest. There's
yeah.
wood
Off.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why people have a hard time with this sometimes.
Hey, Groff.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Yeah. Not 20
Oh,
club.
holy shit! I didn't even realize you both rolled nat 20s. Jesus Christ.
And Groff will fist bump him.
Okay. Well, I did have a scenario that was going to be the case in case you guys did roll high. So, you guys begin to trek out into the forest. There's plenty of trees around here, and as you're looking, you realize that the further you get into the forest, actually the better quality the trees are. They're not so much clogged up by the snow and the high winds that are more experienced out by the water. So you feel that your best options are going to be a little bit further in. But as the time goes by, one second.
Hi, Kaylee.
I can.
So it doesn't actually take you guys very long, but you start to notice there is a similar look to some of the trees that gets further away from the river. And you notice that a distance in, there's actually a small body of water. Well, I say small, but as you get within better sight of it, you see what appears to be a small lake. See if I can.
Like a pond?
Yeah, like a pond. I don't know why where the hell is my items? Sorry, I had a little asset on there and now it's gone.
Normally they're in your equipment bag.
Yeah, but for some reason it wasn't showing up. That needs to not be on that layer. Son of a bitch. You know, I will never understand why
Wasn't me.
you can't move stuff from layer to layer. Like I can't move a thing I put on the token layer to the object layer. Which just blows my mind.
Because then it's no longer a token.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. Like I don't want it to be a token. I want it to be an item.
I think you need to quit objectifying your tokens.
I guess. Okay, so when you guys come across this lake, insert your campaign here. No Ravenchuck.
Ow.
Sounds like combat, boys.
Not
Sounds
actually,
like
potentially, but not just yet.
Good,
aw.
because that roll sucks.
All right.
They were rolling with them.
Hmm.
Actually, what I'm going to have you guys do here in a second is I'm going to have you roll a perception check. So,
Let's do it.
Aw.
you guys come across a large, icy lake with a small little island in the center. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. All right. So, everyone can notice that the island, or this small little island in the center, it has an icy quality to it. In fact, the entire lake has an icy quality to it. It is just covered in a sheet of ice, and you can see that there are some cracks, some openings in it along the way. But Smith and Groff, the two of you notice something about this island. In the center of it, you actually see... One second.
One more thing.
I love Jackie Chan Adventures.
Right? I missed
So
that
good.
shit.
Sorry. Shoot, I forgot to put this on.
No, you're not.
Here we go. Winter Dread.
Kenku?
Yeah, it's Kenku.
Who's not in the party.
He's not in the party. We're gonna go put him into... Nope, I put him in Rime of the Frostmaiden. God damn it. There we go. I don't know why I still have that channel. We're gonna delete that old one. There we go. Let's get some ambience in here. Frozen Tundra.
Yeah, I muted that.
Why do we call him for an ambulance?
That's fine, Justin. You don't have to use it. Okay. So yeah, Smith and Groff, the two of you notice something about this island that stands out to you. And that is that in the center of this island, it looks like something is embedded into the ice. Where the island comes up to a point, there almost appears to be like a black ice cap to it. And Groff, you really take notice of this, because from what you can see, this looks to be a bow of some kind. It's kind of hard to make out, but it looks to be like, your eye catches this, and it looks to you what would be a bow.
Now, do I know if it's a bow, like a bow tie, or a bow like a bow and arrow?
I'm gonna beat your ass. It is a bow and arrow.
Oh, I love those.
I
Guys,
know.
look, there's a bow and arrow over there. That's a weird place for it.
Yeah, you can see that you can
That's
see
not a
it's
real weapon.
it's more because of the shape of it that you can really figure this out.
How solid does the ice look?
Well, with your perception, I would say that it doesn't look
Meh.
that great. So you figure that you've dealt with difficult terrain before. You feel like this would be a little bit worse than that. That you're going to have to move fairly slowly in order to get across this. and
There's
get to
trees
this.
right here, right?
There are trees.
Okay. All right, listen,
Can I make a
lads.
slingshot?
What?
Can you make a what?
A slingshot.
Out of
I'm,
what?
I mean, yeah, out of what? Like, I don't think you have anything that's elastic. Unless you mean a sling, which I don't think you have the materials to do so.
What about the spider webs?
The spider webs. What are you talking about, the spider webs?
From the basement of the inn, he kept all the spider webs.
Where are those on your character sheet?
So there was so much. I didn't. I have my side notes.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Toad leg,
The
wolf.
spider sacks.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What would you be trying to do with it? Because this is going to allow you yeah, because it allows you to cast web once. And anything that touches the web takes... See? Anything that touches the web takes 1 cold damage. So, because the thing about the web spell is that you can fill a 20-foot cube from a point for up to an hour, and the webs are considered difficult terrain. And anytime a creature steps into it, it becomes difficult terrain, and any creature that starts their turn there is restrained.
Oh. Never mind.
I mean, I like I like where you were going with it. If it wasn't ooey gooey sticky ice spider webs, I would probably I'd probably be okay with it. But what were you gonna say, Justin, about the tree?
Oh, I was gonna tie a rope around the tree and then tie the other end to my waist and slowly make my way across, and they could pull me back if I fell in or the ice cracked or something.
Okay. No, that's definitely an option. So, but before you start doing that, Groff, it is actually with your 26 perception. And we're going to also say that it has to do... We'll say that you're wearing your FLIR goggles at this moment. You realize there is something under the ice. That over in this far right corner, there appears to be something huge under the ice that is giving off a slight heat signature. It's very faint, but it does move a bit down this way and then kind of make its way back. And you see a slight slosh to the water.
I will alert the party. Be like, "Hey, lads, I see something moving in the water over there."
So, the way that this is... oh, sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
As she says that, I'm going to throw one of my rations out in the area that he points to try to lure or whatever.
So are you going to, like, walk around the lake over to here where he was pointing to?
Show again?
It's basically where he saw this was over here on the far right.
Yeah,
So-
so I would walk that way
Okay.
and then throw.
All right. So you stand.
And then run back.
Okay. So we'll say you get about here, and you lob a giant piece of meat into there, and you start running back. As you get back to where the group is, you're watching this spot, and all of a sudden you see a toothy. Matt Mercer. You see a toothy
Matt
maw.
Mercer. He's under the water.
Yeah, Matt Mercer's under the water. No, you see a toothy maw come up and grab the meat. The mouth to whatever this thing is, being about 10 feet across. You notice that whatever this is has giant teeth as well as a white sheen to it. And as it takes the meat, it swims back down under the water, and you get a sense for the size of this thing, that it is probably, a good 20 feet long.
Boys, we got a new trophy.
So, the way that this challenge is going to work, because this is a skill challenge, this involves you guys attempting to reach the small island that just so happens to be inhabited by a great hungry beast. So, yeah. What's up?
How much food would I need to throw to keep it away from us so we could run across?
Well, that's the thing. You are welcome to do that. You are welcome to throw some food, but it is with how big this thing. I will say that with Woo's knowledge, with how big this thing is, you don't feel like you have enough food with you to even be able to satiate however hungry this thing is, considering it is as big as it is.
14 days of food.
I know you have 14 days of food, but you have 14 days of food for a human.
Right. No, that's no. I'm making the comment of I have 14 days of food. Damn.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, but I have 14 days of food. It should be able to feed it. No, it's I have 14 days of food. Damn.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So the way that this is going to work is this is going to be a skill challenge. When you guys start to make your way across the ice, at the start of each of your turn, because we're gonna roll initiative, and at the start of each of your turns, you're gonna have to make an acrobatics check to avoid falling into the ice. After that, you will have to make a check that is going to determine how successful you are moving across the ice. So the way that this works is each time it is up to your turn, I'm going to post this here in the chat. You're going to see that there are different skills that you can use. So for example, you can use survival, but you can only succeed twice on that. And the way that this works is there's an amount of successes you have to get before an amount of failures. So you can roll survival. This is going to allow you to move cautiously across the ice, carefully testing for weaknesses as you go. You can roll perception to spot a thicker patch of ice that would be safer to cross. You can also assist someone else by straining and listening. This is going to give an ally advantage on their next check. Athletics is that you find, like it says on there, you can find something to throw and distract this creature, which we will say that potentially if Wu wanted to use his food, he could do that. Insight or nature, this is requiring that the beast is surfaced. You can, try and read its behavior and safely move away from it towards your goal. Animal handling, trying to calm this beast, allowing you to safely move past, or intimidation. And as you can see, animal handling, intimidation, you are only allowed 1 success, and that is per player. So keep that in mind as you're moving across here.
Jared! Where's Jared?
Yeah, where's Jared? All right, so
Jared!
Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. All right. So I'm going to place everyone right on the edge of the water here. And so as you guys start to move out onto the water, like I said, this is double difficult terrain. So you can only move 2 squares at a time. And as you do, I need everyone to make that first acrobatics check.
Soft 20.
I get a +9 to acrobatics.
Oh, we're doing this now? I thought it was on our turn.
No. You guys are basically rolling. You are rolling together on this is just the acrobatics check. This is the one to make sure that you don't slip and fall into the ice. It's after this that you'll each do your own. So you start to move out onto the ice. Groff, just that moment of seeing this bow sticking up out of the ice, you get that moment of fervor in the back of your head of, I want this. And you move out a little bit quicker, whereas Wu and Smith are taking their time, and you begin to slip. And this is going to give you disadvantage on the check that you make. So, Wu, you are the top of the order. You do not see the creature. You know that it is somewhere on the right-hand side of this pond, this lake. So you can either make survival, perception, you can assist someone else with a perception check, you can roll athletics, but those are your 4 options right now.
I'm going to go with survival.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm not.
No?
Hold on. Sorry. I was reading my bonus for stealth instead of survival.
Okay.
Roll stealth. We'll call it survival. It's fine.
Now again, keep in mind, survival, each one of these, survival, perception, and athletics, you can only roll those twice. So, and your group has to get, and I will say this, your group has to succeed 8 successes before you have 3 failures to reach the island, get the item, and get off of the island. Without any major disturbance. In fact, actually, I messed up. Yeah. You guys should be halfway there.
I think I'm going to go with perception.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Ooh.
All right. So you look around. You can see that there is a patch of ice. So what this is going to do is when you roll your next acrobatics check, this is going to give you advantage on that. All right. Smith. Survival, perception, athletics, or perception to assist an ally.
Are we all trying to make it across the ice?
I mean, that's
How's helping someone working?
So what helping does, if you want to roll perception assist, what this is going to do is this is going to allow you to tell one of your allies where best to go and stand, giving them advantage on their next acrobatics check to not fall into the water. So, but yes, essentially the way that this works is the goal of getting to the island without being eaten or attacked by this creature. Because I will say, this is not the combat encounter that you guys want to fight. Because you would die. So that's why this is a skill challenge. This isn't the combat that I had planned.
But this ice can support me.
What do you mean if you can support you?
Just like I'm a big guy.
Oh yeah. I mean, to that, yeah, you can, like I said, you can, do survival to try and move cautiously, perception to check for thicker patches of ice, or athletics to, try and distract the worm somewhere else.
I'll do the perception, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll. All right, that's a success.
So raging attack?
No. No raging attack yet. Soon enough, buddy. All right, so you have advantage on your acrobatics check whenever that comes around next turn. Groff, it is your turn.
Let's take athletics for 300, Alex.
All right. Okay, so you reach down, you find a small piece of ice. As you pick it up, you chuck it across the lake. All of a sudden, you see this giant white worm. I know it's going to be purple on the token, but you see this giant white worm breach up out of the ice, and you can see that it's, looking around at whatever that sound was. All right. Oh, shoot. You know what? You actually had disadvantage on that. Roll again.
Yeah, no, but I was hoping you forgot.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can use if you want, you can say that you use your inspiration.
All right, that sounds fair.
Cool. Because I know we just changed that, so. All right, so.
Try to get one over on the DM.
Yeah. All right, so top of the order, everyone make acrobatics checks again.
I'm going to make my check, and then I'm going to go pee real quick.
Okay.
Do I get mine with advantage now, or no?
Yes, you, both Wu and Smith get that on advantage.
Lucas.
Yeah, buddy.
Nat 20.
Nice. Jesus Christ, you all did really good. Alright. So, that was also that. So, with that, you guys are able to avoid falling down on the ice. Right.
So what's in it for the rest of us? Is there like a great sword over there for me?
You don't see a great sword over there buried in the ice. In fact, as you have that thought, your weapon kind of like sears your hand a bit. Your weapon's like, are you fucking cheating on me? Do you want to cheat on me?
Are there rings of might over there?
Rings of might? What the fuck is that?
Bring gloves of ogre might or something?
Oh, the gauntlets of ogre strength. Or gauntlets of ogre power. That's what those are.
No, Smith. You need the belt of lightning giant.
Yes, I do. That sounds good.
No. We're not doing belt of. Nope, absolutely not.
No giant.
It is the belt of the storm giant. It's the belt of storm giant strength, which gives you a 29 to your strength. which is just
we'll start it with Hill Giant.
potion of a potion of hill giant strength.
I thought there was a belt that was the Hill Giant.
There is a belt. I'm saying it's not over there. You'll have to see what's in the ice.
Is it snow?
It is not snow. It is ice.
The fuck is the Book of Eli?
That's a really good movie with Denzel Washing Machine. He's a blind man who gets the Bible to California. Sorry, that literally just spoiled the whole movie.
Wow.
To anyone who's actually watching this who's never seen the Book of Eli, sorry. Oh man, that was mean of me.
No, I'm playing like a RuneScape idle game.
Oh god.
Where you just pretty much mine shit.
Yeah.
And make shit and battle shit. And yeah. Pretty interesting.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a mage thing.
What did I miss?
What you missed is everyone succeeded on their acrobatics. So we are going back to the top of the order. Woo. You have used your perception check, which you did succeed that. So, in fact, everyone succeeded their respective checks. So you can still use perception, but you also have survival. You can also assist in perception and athletics if you wish to draw that thing somewhere else. But now that it is breached, you can also roll insight or nature to try and read its behavior to safely maneuver your way over to the island. You can also roll animal handling to try and calm it or intimidate to try and frighten it.
We'll go with insight since I have an advantage.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. What is up with Beyond today? Yeah, so you see that this creature surfaces up. It's looking around at where Groff threw that rock to. You can see that it doesn't actually seem aggressive, really, in nature, at least in this moment. But it is, like, you can see that as it's peering around, it almost has a... you believe that it actually doesn't have any eyes, but you can see that as you guys step on this ice, it is picking up the vibrations. But it does not yet seem like it is aggressive towards you. That is a success.
Okay.
Next up is... I have to roll, actually. D20. Cool. You see that it goes back under the water. Smith.
Survival?
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Can I roll that with advantage?
Well, wait. Did you...
Or inspiration? Whatever?
So if you want to use inspiration, you can re-roll that. You just have to take whatever this new roll is, because in order to roll it with advantage, you have to declare that before you roll it. But you can use inspiration to re-roll that.
I mean, it can't be any worse.
That's true. Hey, that's okay. All right, so you were doing survival. I lost my page here. There it is. Right. So, You attempt to move quickly but cautiously across the ice. Unfortunately, you're not really able to. You do get to a point of like where the ice is still fairly weak. And you try to step down into that. You end up digging your foot into the ice. You quickly pull it out, but you are, you're keeping up with the rest of the group. But you can see that the worm, there's like almost a wake underneath the water that is kind of moving your direction. Groff, it is your turn. So you would have survival, perception, assist, or athletics.
I think I want to do perception assist. That's
Okay.
to help with someone's acrobatics, right?
Correct. That would allow
Yeah.
someone else to roll a better acrobatics.
Okay, because I just want to make sure after putting his foot in the water that Smith's not going to become worm food.
Okay.
So what is that? Just perception?
Yeah,
normal?
just perception. Here. Okay, so you hear Smith's foot kind of dip down into the water. You quickly look over. You help him adjust himself, and then you point out a spot where the ice is thicker in front of him. Right. So that is, we are currently up to 5 successes and 1 failure. We're back to the top of the order. Everyone roll acrobatics again. Smith, you have advantage on this.
Aww.
Can I have his advantage? I
I
want it back.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm like, hey, watch out, punch.
yeah, that's basically it. So Smith, Groff like looks over at you and he's like, oh, careful there, lad, and points out to the spot that's a little bit thicker as he literally steps down into the water. Groff, this time as you do that, you actually sink a little bit into the water, and you are going to take 8 points of cold damage.
Is that with resistance?
That is, it'd be 4 with resistance.
Okay.
All right. So on top of having disadvantage,
I never got my full HP back. You're right.
what's that?
I never got my full HP back from being poisoned or whatever.
No, not yet. That's still
Okay.
that still would be like the next day in game.
Okay.
So your foot sinks down in a bit. You come up. We'll say Smith maybe grabs you up, returning the favor. But you will have disadvantage on this next check. Give me 1 second. Okay, Woo, go ahead.
You're writing that down so I can't get away with it.
What's that? Disadvantage now. Woo, go ahead and roll yours. You've so far used your insight and your perception, so you still got a good bit of uses left.
I'll do athletics.
So trying to distract the worm. All right. So.
I don't think that helped.
Well, actually, in fact, it does. You chuck a rock here on the ground, piece of ice. It clatters over, and you see the worm once again breaches up through the surface where you threw this. That's a
Yay.
success. Smith.
What are my options? Can I give someone advantage? How does that work?
So, on your last turn, On your last turn, you used survival, but someone else did. Justin, you used assist, right?
Yes.
Or no, sorry, that would have already applied towards your acrobatics. Yeah. So right now you can use survival. You can use perception for yourself.
I think he had advantage for something else.
Did he?
Or maybe I'm.
I don't believe so, because the only way to get advantage, or the only thing that you can get advantage for is on your acrobatics check.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah. So, and you only get that through the perception checks. So Smith, you could still use. You still have another use of survival. You also have another use of perception. You could also use insight or nature to kind of figure out what the worm's doing. Use animal handling to calm it, intimidate to frighten it.
Should I get my inspiration back now?
For
Oh, we rolled in that one.
Oh, so you know what? I'm gonna say yes, only because I have yet to sit down and figure out if I want to do it on crit fails or nat ones, because those are two different things. Because you can't, like, you can roll a nat one on a skill check, but you can't critically fail a skill check. But I'm gonna say in this case, yes, that would get you your inspiration back.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think my argument would be if you can use inspiration for any roll, you should get it back from anyone.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so that is going to count as a failure. Graph.
Well, since I have disadvantage, let's use intimidation.
All right.
Hell yeah!
Jesus Christ. So you, what do you do to intimidate this thing? Okay. So you shout over at this thing. It is not really minding you guys any business whatsoever. But I'm gonna say it's at this point you have reached the island. The three of you are up on there, and we'll say that this happens right before right before you roll this intimidation. Or no, we'll say it's right as you guys roll this intimidation. As soon as you do that, you give this shout. This worm looks over in your direction and then goes under the water.
Yeah, run away, you coward.
All right, so you are currently at this island. You can see this bow is buried in the ice. It almost appears as if there is something wrapped around the shaft of the bow, as well as something else like almost looks like a pair of greaves holding onto the bow.
Where did you say it was wrapped around?
The shaft. God. So you figure that it's going to take you a couple minutes to dig this thing out. Not a couple minutes. It's going to take you about a minute to get this thing dug out because it is buried under the ice. But you figure with these two by your side, you will be able to do it. So I need each one of you to make an attack with the weapon you would be aiming to break the ice with.
What am I doing? Roll an attack?
Trying to break this thing out.
I have my fists.
Oh, God. That Chardolin saber, not doing much. It's kind of swing, bounces off.
A reckless attack?
Sure. Give you advantage on it. Okay. And go ahead and roll the damage, Smith. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Wu goes up, tries swinging at it with the Chardolin saber. You see that it just basically glides right alongside the ice. Smith, you're getting this sense from your sword that what is in this ice, it has like it's almost telling you to help it in a sense. Like less of you are breaking something out and more of you are helping free something.
I have a shovel.
Woo, do me a favor and roll me a perception check. And Smith, so as you break this out, what you see here in the ice is a bow that is looking like it is made of ice. I'm going to put a picture of it there in the chat. Wrapped around the handle.
I lick it to death.
Wrapped around the handle, you actually... What'd you say, Smith?
Nothing. I'm just teasing.
Oh,
sorry. Continue.
Wrapped around the handle, where you would normally grip it, you actually see a string, like what looks to be a second bowstring. But as soon as you break it out of the ice, there's almost a static charge in the air, as you can see that it has like little crackles next to it. And because I'm a gracious DM, gripping the bow is a pair of gauntlets. Woo, while this is going on, as your sword slips past this ice, you actually see down on this ice, not frozen at all, but still liquid somehow, is a pool of like purplish white liquid that... Roll me a nature check. You recognize that based on the creature that you saw and your time spent with your book, that might be some of the venom that, or the venom that comes from this creature. If at some point it had bit down like on this island, you believe that might be some of its venom, some of its poison.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's up to you guys. If Justin, do you take the bow?
I will examine the bow.
Okay. So this bow, like I said, it looks to be made out of black ice. As you hold it, like I said, there is that second bowstring that's wrapped around it that almost gives it a bit of an electric charge. You do feel like an icy chill coming from the bow as you examine it. The additional bowstring that's wrapped around the handle, like I said, it almost has like a static built up to it.
So it seems electric?
It does. Like, it seems like there's like an electric charge coming from it.
Huh.
It's electric.
Do, 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 do.
Smith, you take a look at those gauntlets, and it does appear that it has a symbol on it that is a giant symbol of like kind of the lowest ranking of all the giants, that of an ogre.
Nice.
Smith, what's your strength score currently?
It's 16 right now.
I thought it was higher.
Nope, his constitution's higher. His constitution's a 19.
Look at you, all constituted and shit.
That's because he has the amulet of health.
Needs some fiber in his diet.
Yeah, so here we go. Woo.
No.
With that nature check, you feel that if you could gather up this liquid there, you would be able to make 3 vials of white worm poison.
Be right back.
So this could be applied to a weapon or a piece of ammunition as an action, and a creature hit by it must make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to reduce the damage because this is a lesser white worm. I'm going to say that it's going to be 6d6 cold damage on a failed save, half as much on a success.
How many uses did that vial of sleep poison have?
I think it's just a one-time use. It would have been a one-time use. It was 4 because it was you used just a dart. So that vial that vial would have made 4 darts worth of that. Otherwise, you could coat a weapon with it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome.
Do I need...
What's that?
So going through my book,
Mm-hmm.
would a vial of troll blood be useful for anything?
A vial of troll blood?
Oh, potion of vitality.
Wait, a potion of vitality?
Yeah, if I were to take the troll blood, no immediate use. Be careful, crafted alchemist supplies into potion of vitality.
So a potion of vitality removes exhaustion from a creature and cures any disease or poison affecting it. But considering the fact that that would require you to find an alchemist who could carefully craft it, which would take a number of hours.
Well, no, that's what I'm thinking is dumping the troll blood out and then putting the venom in there.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, that's entirely up to you if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you dump out the vial of troll blood, and you are able to set this under there, and you're able to get up some of this white worm poison. So, like I said, this is going to be that you can coat a weapon in it. We'll say 1 normal weapon or 4 darts per vial, and that will allow you to dish out 66 cold damage based on a DC 19 con save. So, the last thing I need everyone to do is to roll...
You said 66?
6d6, correct. Yes. Because, the normal one... Yeah, the normal one is 12d6, but this is a lesser white worm, not a normal purple worm. All right. So I need everyone to roll another acrobatics check.
I passed.
Fucking roll.
Do I roll mine with disadvantage?
You know what? Yeah. If wait, why do you want to get your inspiration back? If you don't have your inspiration right now, Smith. Oh wait, he's just gone. Oh hey, there he is.
What did you say?
No, I was asking why you were rolling with disadvantage.
Because I failed my perception check, or no?
Because of what?
Failed my perception check last round.
Oh no. Failing your perception check just means that no. That would that just means that you don't get advantage on your acrobatics check. That's
okay. So just roll it regularly.
Yep. All right. So, as you guys start to make your way back over, you can feel the wake of the water moving. As the time that you've been on there, you've been seeing kind of the water sloshing about. But you start to make your dash across the ice. We're gonna go to the top of the order. Woo. See, you guys need to make 2 more successes. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Woo still has his. I think Woo still has what we got here.
Survival.
You had, yeah. I know you have survival still because you used perception, insight, and athletics or nature. No, yeah. You did. I think you did athletics.
Gesundheit.
So yeah, you still have survival. You still have perception. So.
No, I used perception. Perception was the first one.
Right, you have 2 uses of. You have 2
insight.
uses of perception.
We'll do perception again.
Okay. Yeah, because you can only just get a max of 2 of those per person. Cool. Yeah.
Hey, Lucas.
I see that. Jesus Christ, dude! D&D Beyond is being your internet is like crappy, but your D&D Beyond is really good today. All right. So everyone else, or sorry, Smith. I had to rule for the worm.
So do I get another survival?
You can do survival again. Yeah, you haven't used both of those yet.
That's 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's 20.
Oh my God. All right, Groff, it's your turn.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling either survival, perception.
Oh, we're the same options. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Same options as before.
The worm's not up.
The worm is not up yet right now. You guys have gotten onto the island. You have gathered up what this is. You've gathered up this bow, these gauntlets, and a vial of blood. And this was survival?
Regular perception.
Okay. So you look forward, you actually see just a like what looks like a thick patch of ice. You go to step forward, you realize though as you're putting your weight down on it, that this is thin as shit. You kind of like close your eyes as you feel like you're about to fall forward, but then you realize you are right on the edge of the lake. And as soon as you do, as soon as you get up there, you actually see the worm breach up out through the water, looking at all of you, like looking right where that water was.
So we're safe?
You are safe because Smith got that 8th success right before you would have rolled what would have been the 3rd fail.
All right, I want to look at the worm. I want to scream out.
Fuck you! roll me an intimidation check.
Oh.
It just, you see that this thing like splashes down in front of you. A wave of water comes up and hits all of you. You all take
Groff.
what?
I hide behind Groff.
They're a bit larger than me, lad.
Yeah, you are bigger than Groff.
And?
You all take 6 bludgeoning damage, and on top of that, you're all resistant to cold damage. You're only going to take 1 cold damage, as just this icy wave kind of washes you back. And as the wave goes away, you can see the worm like breach up out again and then dive back into the water.
Well, I'm bloodied now.
Yeah, you are.
So 7 damage total?
Yeah, 7 damage total.
I'm going to not piss off the worm anymore.
All right. So, we're going to move on to the next thing, because this is the thing that this was actually the thing that I'd planned for the day to be the most encounter, but I'm sure give you guys some presents.
Now that I lost half my health.
That's right. So, speaking of which, what are your hit points at Groff?
11.
Okay. So, sometime, you guys, with these new treasures in hand, you start to make your way back up towards where your camp would be, where everyone is resting. And you realize, shit, we were supposed to come out here to get some wood to start a fire. So you make a beeline back towards the center of the forest, and you eventually come across a decent-sized tree in the center of a clearing. And with that, you all kind of size it up. You realize, this looks like a pretty... There's a couple good options around here. So you figured this would be the best opportunity to cut down a tree. So which tree do you all agree on to chop down?
I like this one.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna place Woo over here. The rest of you have any dissenting opinions of Woo's tree?
Raise a tree, I say. Groff says. Justin knows better.
How much wood do we need? One tree should be sufficient, right?
One tree would be enough. Yeah, I mean, you basically need to, need to get it down. Fell some decent chunks out of it so that you can drag it back and get a good fire started to make sure that your buddy doesn't succumb to some hypothermia.
Who? Oh, right.
You're right. All right. So if you are all in agreement to that tree, we'll say you all, taking a look at it, you realize this is probably going to be a good one to cut down to get you enough lumber for whatever you need. And with that, you all take out your hand axes and you take your first swing. But the moment your axes connect with the trunk of the tree, splinters flying out, there's almost like a rustling from the trees around you. And you hear this low groan of a voice that says step to our forest to strike us down.
He did it.
And with that, you see that the tree just to your south begins to shift and move, as well as the one to the north, and the one in the center, even the largest one out of all these trees, uprooting itself, and it looks down at you and it says, "Move on from this forest, or die where you stand."
I never liked the kid anyway.
What do you guys do?
We're fighting the ants, aren't we?
We can fall back. We can get wood elsewhere.
It looks at you and it says, "The trees in this forest are under my domain. Should you wish to cut a single branch, death will follow."
We're fighting the ants, aren't we?
See any branches laying on the ground?
There are, but you don't believe there are any. You don't believe there's a sufficient amount that would allow you to gather them up to build enough of a fire to keep it going to warm your yard up.
I'll step on one accidentally.
You see the one to the south here. He quickly makes a swing for you. Everyone roll initiative. I'm thinking of that scene from Men in Black with Jay just stepping on the cockroach. Like, oh, was that your cousin?
I love that movie so much.
Oh, that's so good. All right. So, top of the order, Groff. I will say that I will say that in the process of this, you can have your bow ready, whichever bow you wish to use.
Oh, yeah. So about that other bow,
yeah.
is there a specific thing it's called?
Yes,
or?
it is. So if you go to your inventory, Smith, and obviously you should do this as well. Smith, go ahead and add gauntlets of ogre. I see you already did. I just reloaded your character sheet. Yes, Groff, you are going to add the Blessed Bow of the Black Glacier. This is a +1 longbow, so you get a +1 to attack rolls made with this. This bonus is doubled when you are not in direct sunlight. Additionally, when you have Hunter's Mark on a creature, you deal an extra 1d8 instead of 1d6 when you successfully attack it until the spell ends. Additionally, that damage is cold or necrotic instead of the weapon damage, so that extra 1d8 can be is either cold or necrotic of your choice. On top of that, the bowstring that was wrapped around it, you can also add this to your inventory. This is the Lightning Bow String. This has two abilities. One is the String of Storms. It takes 30 seconds, it's the String of Storms. It takes 30 seconds to replace the bowstring on a longbow or short bow with this enchanted bowstring. It has 2 charges that recharge at dawn. Whenever you take the attack action, you can expend a charge. Doing so makes the arrow you shoot crackle with lightning. On a hit, it takes an extra 1d8 lightning damage. When a creature hit by this lightning shot, it has to make a con save, DC 14. On a failed save, it is paralyzed.
Is String of Storms an item that I can add?
Lightning bowstring.
Lightning bowstring. Okay.
Yes. And it should be. I did make sure that I added it.
There it is. Okay.
Cool. So yeah, like I said, that one's the one that that you would have to take like 30 seconds to fully change that out. But you can do that whenever you wish.
All right. Well, I'm going to just do the Blessed Bow, and in combat, doing the lightning bowstring seems a little pointless. Yeah. So I'll do it some other time.
All right.
Okay. It's been a while here, so give me a second.
I will say that the lightning bowstring cannot be put onto the Blessed Blow of the Black Glacier. So you could put the lightning bowstring on another one, but it can't go onto the one of the Black Glacier.
Okay. Hunter's Mark. Okay. So I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
On Big Ugly in the middle there, T1.
Okay.
So that does an extra 1d6 when I hit it.
Right, because you're using the yep. So it'd actually do 1d8.
Oh, it does 1d8. Okay, sweet.
Right.
And then sorry, I just gotta find my
It's all good.
Oh, here it is. If you take the attack shot turn, you can make one addition. Okay. Okay, so I get 3 attacks this turn with an extra 1d8 on 2 of them.
Correct.
Oh, no, all 3.
Until the spell ends, you deal an extra whenever you hit it. Well, yeah. So yeah, it would be on all of them.
So wait, is that so for my Dread Ambusher? That's a extra 2d8. One from the bow and one from the Hunter's Mark and one from the Dread Ambusher.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so the first regular attack, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 10 plus 2, so that is
12.
12.
Math hard.
That's going to be necrotic.
Okay.
And then my extra attack, 21 to hit.
That hits.
And that's a total of 11 necrotic.
Okay.
And then Dread Ambusher, 22 to hit.
Okay.
That is 12 more necrotic.
All right. So you let fly these 3 arrows. They embed themselves into the trunk of this tree, and it lets out a roar as you see necrotic energy begin to flood from this, from these 3 arrows, kind of like blackening the surface of this tree. And Smith, it's your turn. This one down here is moving to strike you after stepping on that branch, but you see this before he's able to react.
Urgent attack.
Okay.
Let's just go for the one closest to me, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's the one you're referring to.
Yeah, the one that's like just below you, R2.
R2D2.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Sorry, real quick. Are we in direct sunlight?
So you are, yes, only to the degree that if you are outside during the hours of 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, you will not have that that bonus, because at that point that is direct sunlight. But any other time outside of that, or if you're inside, then you would be not in direct sunlight. So right now, yes. Right now you are in direct sunlight, yes. Sorry.
So no extra bonus. All right, thank you.
No extra bonus on that one, correct. All right, Smith, if you want to roll your attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna reckless attacking.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Right. All right, that hits.
Gonna re-roll that.
Ice.
So that's 16. That's 8.
All right.
Oh,
What's that?
still up?
Yes, it is still up. You can see that he has, he's bloodied, as this, you have carved out a massive chunk out of him.
Second attack?
Yep, that hits.
Yep. 17. Actually, can I, if it's still up, can I use my Winter's Bite?
Yes, it is still up. You can see that it's just barely hanging in there. So we will say.
Actually, no, I can't. That's a bonus.
Oh, right,
action.
right. Yeah, that would have been your, your bonus action. Okay. Yeah, you can see that this thing is like just barely hanging in there. The one in the back, though, it is going to start stomping forward towards the group. And from where it's at, it's going to pick up this massive rock that was sitting next to the other treant, and it is going to throw it directly at Smith. That's a miss. The treant itself, now uprooted, this angry look in its face as the bark forms into a face, is going to move forward at Groff and take 2 swings at him.
He misses.
Actually, we will do. We'll do. D12.
But he misses.
That's a 16 and a 12.
That's 1.
Okay.
Hey, Lucas.
You son of a bitch.
puffy cloud.
Okay, which one? The one in front of Smith, the one behind the treant, or the one that has yet to move?
Wait, what is
R2.
this?
Which one?
R2.
R2? Alright, fuck. So, Smith, you are fighting this treant as it comes up, as you stepped on this branch, inciting the combat. This thing starts moving up to you. It is lashing out with these, trying to lash out with these branch-like arms. You take your Boreas sword, cleave it in the chest, the same necrotic energy radiating out from the slash. And as this thing is about to come up and hit you, see the massive treant in the middle move up, trying to go after Groff. But at one point, you see a cloud form directly next to the treant that is attacking you, or that is going to attack you, as a branch flies out, destroying this thing. God, that cloud rune.
What was that?
That is his Rune Knight ability for a cloud rune. So when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction. Oh, thank you. You can use a reaction to invoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you other than the attacker. They become the new target using the same roll. So because I rolled with a 16 to hit, and these things have an AC lower than 16, it got hit.
Ah, I see you activated your trap card.
God damn it.
Well done, lad.
Yeah, like, a cloud just forms in front of you, or, Groff, as you see the treant over by Smith just splinter into bits. Alright. Woo, it's your turn.
Bonus action. Can I go large?
Yeah. Plenty of room to do so.
So I am going to take 2 swipes with my Chardelin Saber.
Okay.
12.
That is going to miss.
Alright. Second attack. 21.
That's going to hit.
So 13 damage.
All right.
Also poison? Question mark.
It is actually immune to poison.
Okay.
So, the one up here, kind of like running down, going to swipe at you, Groff. But that's a miss. Groff, top of the order.
Hold up, Lucas.
Yeah.
What was that? R3?
Yes, it was.
I need him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom save. That's an 11, which I believe fails.
It does.
Oh, you fucker. Is that the stone rune?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you see this thing runs up to you, Groff. Tries to hit you. But as soon as it does, you see that its eyes kind of glaze over. And it's almost like standing there in a bit of a stupor.
It's dazed.
It's technically incapacitated.
Oh, nice. So that's advantage?
If a creature is incapacitated, it can't take actions or reactions Yeah, it just has a movement speed of 0, and it can't take actions or reactions, so you don't have any advantage or disadvantage on it.
Okay, that was T1, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No, that was R3.
Or sorry, R3. My bad.
Oh, it was R3. Okay.
T1 killed R2.
That's right. All right, I'm gonna move 5 feet back so I can actually shoot T1, but I don't leave the range for R3, but it's incapacitated anyway. And let's go with the first attack. 18 to hit.
Wait, were you weren't using a you weren't disengaging, were you?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just moving back to avoid disadvantage for being too close.
Right. Okay. Cool. Just gotta.
Oh, but I guess I did leave T1, so I guess he gets an opportunity attack.
Correct.
That's all right. In that case, I'm going to go even further back.
You take 5 points of damage.
Oh, gross.
What kind?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Okay.
You turn your back. You start to run away as this thing bats you further away.
Oh, why am I drawing a blank? What is a constitution or concentration save?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
It is Constitution.
Yeah, it's
saving
10,
throw.
It's 10 or half the damage you took, whatever's higher.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so that first attack. Did I roll already?
You only rolled your con. Oh yeah, you did. 18. That does hit.
18. Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 5 plus Hunter's Mark for 6 necrotic.
Okay.
Extra attack, 16 to hit.
That hits. Just barely. You catch one of its branches.
And that's a 16 necrotic.
Okay. It is still standing, but you can now see that the necrotic energy is starting to move up through the capillaries within the tree itself.
Let me just see one thing real quick.
Leaves on the leaves on the top of it, the pines and everything are starting to turn black and fall off.
All right, as a bonus action. Wait, is extra attack a bonus? It's not a bonus, right? That's just when you attack, you attack twice.
When you take the attack action, you get to attack twice. So you still have your bonus action.
Been a while. All right. Bonus action, I'll use Healing Spirit. So bring out that Walrusy.
Oh, no. Okay, there is your Walrusy.
All right, you put that boy right on me.
All right.
I'll heal myself.
There's now a walrus in you. So you can.
And do I heal this turn?
When your creature moves into the space or on a turn or start. So, you or creature you can see moves into the space for the first time on a turn. Yeah, I would say if you summon it on something, then that would apply.
Okay, so I'll get 1d6 back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right,
Doubled my HP.
Nice.
All right. Then I lay 2 cards face down and end my turn.
All right. Smith, you just watch the tree in front of you be splintered apart. You're watching as Groff is peppering this largest one with arrows as Wu is now trying to take swings at it.
And you see my Walrusy.
And you do see his walrus.
No, that's not what it's called.
I'm not gonna say what you're saying.
I'll go up and attack recklessly.
Okay. That hits. You know, it's so easy to attack recklessly as long as you kill everything before it gets a chance to hit you with advantage.
That's the idea.
That's 13 damage, isn't it?
Yep.
So, Smith, you go up to this thing with your Boreas sword. You can see the necrotic energy from Groff's arrows spreading out through its branches, the leaves starting to fall off, and you dig your sword right where all those arrows had landed before. And as it does, it just shatters its central support as this thing falls back. Oh shit, what the fuck did I do? Oh yeah. There it goes. For some reason,
T1.
yeah, for some reason on my side, it's not showing it as it's not showing that little, bones and blood, which I guess a tree wouldn't.
Why do these trees have so much blood?
So much blood and bones in them.
This is wild, man.
Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, you see that the inside of it, this necrotic energy has spread through it, and just weakened it so much that the thing falls in half. Letting out a terrible low groan. All right. You still have, if I'm not mistaken, 35 feet of movement and another attack.
Yep. Go up to R3, I guess.
All right.
I must make it up to him.
Yeah, you would have enough to get up, to get there or over to R1. So. Your call. Go ahead and roll. Yep, that hits.
Let me roll that, see if I get anything higher.
Okay.
16. Divine Fury.
All right. So 16 plus Divine Fury, so 20 points of damage. Oh my god. Yeah. You cut deep into this one, the same necrotic energy starting to spill out. You see this tree in the back. It's watching this scene play out as it is going to attempt to run. Seeing this larger one, as you see that it quickly sprints off towards the north, is trying to escape all of you. Woo.
How far did it make off?
It did move 30 feet, but you have lost line of sight on it.
So it only moved 30 feet?
Or sorry, 60 feet. It moves 60 feet away from you, but you have lost line of sight through the trees.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Yeah, other than that, the only one that is left here is
R3 still alive?
It's actually what I had to look at. The creature splits once you invoke this rune.
I was like, because if R3's still alive, I'll go after it. But the way that you made it sound like Smith killed it.
I'm gonna look at something. No, R3 is still alive.
Oh, then I'll go after that. I thought it was dead.
It's not dead. So even with your pal Smith there, giving you that bonus, that would not hit.
Second attack. 18.
That does hit.
9. But then the offhand. I want to reroll that. 15.
All right. 15.
Does 15 hit?
15 does hit. So that's a total of 9 and 19. Okay. You can see that it is just barely hanging on. So it is its turn. I'm gonna re-roll that wisdom save because apparently, unlike every other charmed effect that has ever existed, the stone rune does not say that attacking the creature breaks this effect.
Whoops.
Okay, it is no longer under that, but that was at the end of its turn. So Groff, you can see that this thing has has now come out of this. It shakes its head. You see its eyes, are now focused on attacking Smith and Wu. Your healing spirit does proc right now, so you can roll that 1d6 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Tripled my health.
And then that is going to be your turn.
Wait, that is my turn?
No,
it is my turn.
Yeah, now,
It's now my turn.
It is now time for you to do a thing.
All right. Oh, there's no reason to move. All right. Let's do my attacks. 15 to
missed.
hit.
That does hit.
12 necrotic.
All right. One well-placed necrotic shot. This thing falls apart. Its branches weak, turning black, with the necrotic energy coursing through it. As soon as it falls, you look up towards the north. You do not see the other treant that has run off. Whether it has... yeah, good.
I say I'll scream at the rest of the trees. Any other takers?
There is a quiet hum, but a silence nonetheless that fills this air.
That's what I thought. All right, let's grab the wood bones and go build a kid's pyre or whatever we're doing.
All right. So yeah, if you want, you can drag back the bodies of these.
Can I taste the tree blood? Is it maple syrup?
It is.
Yes.
It's actually pine syrup, so it has a bit of like
Pine
an
syrup.
acrid
That's okay.
taste to it.
I want to scoop some of that up and just put it in my sack.
That's
just
so gross.
raw.
That's so gross. I hate what you just said. For this,
Because I made my sack all sticky and sappy.
Oh god. For this, I'm curious, Groff, are you going to attempt to loot anything from this?
I think I just did.
Or sorry, not Groff. My apologies. Wu. Yeah, you did. You did get some acrid, some really gross acrid sap on your tongue.
Hell yeah! And in my sack.
Are these things in the book?
They are.
Yes, I'm going to read over the book.
So you need to roll a nature check.
How many?
Just one, because it is only the largest one that you can gather anything from, because the other ones there is not enough from that if you were to try and take anything, you wouldn't be able to use them for what you need. Okay, so with a 19...
A 7.
Jesus Christ.
You gonna let me take that 19,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I see that. Okay. Do me a favor, Aaron. Go and roll me a D4. Okay. So, the only thing that you are able to gather from this, because you're not really used, there's not a lot of information in the book about it, and you're not really used to harvesting from plants. You're mostly used to beasts or monstrosities or things of that nature. But you do see a small footnote in this book talking about treant acorns. And on this thing, you're able to see that there are 3 of them. So what
like
this
nuts?
is... well, the acorns, yeah, the nuts. So you are taking 3 of its nuts. So you can you do read in the book about a treant acorn that, if planted, it can grow into a treant in approximately a long time, anywhere from 20 years to 200 years. Not only that, but you can also cast the plant growth spell on it to reduce that time. But
Do we have anybody that's able to do that? Out of curiosity.
Not as far as you know. Within your group, there is no one that knows plant growth. And roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
I would say the most that you could assume would be that somebody more attuned with nature, and you do kind of get the thought that possibly Groff may, but you don't know. So just because you know that he is he's a ranger, he knows magic, but you don't know if he would know what that thing, what that spell would be. But it does have a little star there next to it that says the treant grown is not necessarily loyal to its creator, but rather defends the forest in which it lives.
So if I plant it next to the inn, it'll defend the inn no matter what.
You know what? I would say that because there is a forest, because there is a chunky ass forest right behind where the White Moose Inn, right where that ramshackle is, if you wish to do that, it would defend Lonelywood. Wait. Oh, holy shit! I didn't actually read that the right way the first time.
What?
A plant growth spell cast as an 8-hour ritual can reduce the time required to grow to 8 hours. So if you spend 8 hours casting that on each one, you would have a treant there in the next 8 hours. So if you found somebody who knew plant growth, you would be able to have 3 trees in 4 days, 3 treants defending the White Moose Inn in 4 days, roughly. You'd probably have to pay someone. But yeah. So there is that. We will say at this point, you guys drag the bodies of the treant saplings back to where the group was.
So
yeah,
I know we won't know this until the treants actually grow.
Okay.
But is there one that looks bigger than the others? Like a new treant, or would they be just
no? They're
basic?
all treants. They become treants. Okay. So they would be that big stocky ass motherfucker.
The big stocky one?
Yeah, the one that was in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it is from a treant, basically off branching itself that you could make saplings. So, but there has to be room to grow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to wrap this up for the day, we'll say that you guys head back to where the group is. As you break through the tree line, you're dragging these treants behind you. Everyone out there, they look at you. You can see that Raven Chuck is still doing what he can to warm up your yard. Quan is standing there. He actually has his battle axe as he hears you guys coming through the trees. They see the treants there, and Quan says, What? Did you encounter some foes?
Nah, just
You
trees,
could say
man.
that.
And he looks at them and he says, "Ah, the living wood, I see. Well, their bark will suffice for what we need." And with that, you guys are able to break apart these tree saplings, creating a bonfire big enough to sustain itself and to warm up your Palyard. During this time, you can, we'll say that there's maybe some discussion if you want of what has gone on your little journey, or you can keep that a secret between the three of you.
Groff has a misunderstanding that we're building a pyre for him, so he's going to try and put his body on the wood.
You just like he's shivering through his teeth, just like, "I'm not dead yet, you piece of shit."
Oh, I can still hear him.
As Ravenchuck is like he looks over, Beef Chuck like slowly pulling you away from your yard. Oh man. All right. And so with that, we will call the session for today. I know this was a short one. Everyone out there who watching it live or watching it VOD, but yeah, it's fun.
I just want to say something.
Yep.
I'm going to talk to the party and see if anybody knows plant growth or knows anybody who knows somebody who knows plant growth.
Okay.
So we can experiment on
for that,
at least one of these nuts.
Yeah, Groff, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. I would say that you know that. How do Rangers get their spells back?
How do Rangers suddenly appear?
Every time you are near. Spellcasting. Additionally, when you gain a level, you can choose one Ranger spell you know and replace it with another one. So Groff, I would say Groff is gonna know that, like, you've definitely heard of this spell. You know you know that, it's something you could learn in time, but you feel that it would be a little while before you could learn something like that.
What's it called? Plant growth?
Plant growth, correct. It's a 3rd level spell. You won't get that until 9th level, unfortunately.
That will never. Oh, never mind. That's the wrong character. Never mind.
Huh?
I'm like thinking that's not a ritual, is it?
It is no. So that it is it is to a degree. But yeah, I think you're also thinking of you.
Yeah, that's
but
exactly who I was thinking of.
I'm going to say, because they're not here, I will roll for, or because he's not here, I'll roll for him. Okay. Oh god, I have that new dice of Vecna, and it's weird. It doesn't show you what you roll until it turns over. So you actually see Gerard as he's shivering there next to the fire. He goes, actually, I can learn that. And you see that he's like, like his teeth are chattering, but he's nodding that he could that he could learn that eventually.
I'll nudge Ravenchuck and be like, "You sure he's not dead?"
Ravenchuck just nods.
It kind of looks like the mummy fellow we found.
Oh, Sonar. But yeah,
Sonar, damn it.
Sonar, yeah. But yes, Archfey Warlocks are also able to learn plant growth besides Bards, Druids, Rangers, Ancient Paladins, Forest Druids, Nature Clerics, and Wildfire Druids. Hey, if Kavarda still played with us, he would have had that Ash character who was a Wildfire Druid. But yeah, so Gerard would be able to learn that the next time you guys level up, you may want to talk to him about that.
Oh, we leveled up?
No, you did not level up today.
He said it.
Level
We
up.
I did
leveled
not.
up.
Level up.
Nope. Nope.
We'll rewind
I
the
heard
tape.
level
You
up.
said level up.
I did say the words, but they are not in the context.
All right, let's put it to a
What
vote.
words did you
Majority
say?
rules.
No.
Smith, did he say we level up?
I don't know where Smith is.
Howdy.
Hey, did we level up?
I heard we leveled up.
Oh,
All right,
no.
that's 3-1. I don't know what to tell you. That's democracy.
You know what? Here, you know what? Here's the first time that I'll ever say this. I'm the DM, so no. All right. Well, I'm gonna go eat a
Level
burger.
7 though, right?
Huh?
And then play from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I might
We're
play.
level 7, right?
You're level 6. Gerard can already learn 3rd level spells. It's just he would need to take it when he levels up. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. If you are watching out there in streaming land, I'm gonna go eat a burger because I don't actually know if my family's still over here, but gonna go eat a burger. So
I might have some big juicy meat later
nice, yeah, go eat that big
that I
juicy
cooked on the
meat.
grill that I smoked.
Good night, everybody.